Hi, this is Joseph Arthur. Thanks for checking out Come to Where I'm From. Please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/come to where I'm from. We are an independent podcast, and any contributions you can make are greatly appreciated.
All right.
I'm nervous.
Are you?
Well, a little bit.
You should be. It's gonna hurt a little.
Well, I'm here with Stix Zadinia.
Man. Yeah.
From Steel Panther.
Yeah, it's nice to be here with you.
Thanks for coming.
You know what? I'm happy to come.
Yeah. I gathered that.
Well, you know.
I've been listening to your new album.
Oh, are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. What was that? Yeah, what was that first song? Let's see.
All I Want to Do?
All I Want to do is,
Yeah.
All I want to do is fuck myself tonight.
Yeah, well, sometimes it is what you want to do. And
yeah.
I'll tell you, more often than not,
yeah.
for the average person, you're like, do I want to invest the time in trying to get someone to do this with?
Right.
No.
Especially in these modern times. It's getting more and more problematic, let's say.
It is. It costs you money. It costs you time. It costs you energy.
Yeah.
When you can just go fucking handle it yourself.
It costs your soul.
Sometimes.
I'm glad to hear a heavy metal band celebrate it.
You got to own it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing off limits for us.
No.
And, you know, I feel like if there's going to be a band who's going to just speak about it, like, we don't sugarcoat stuff.
No, that's what I like about you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if your listeners are familiar with our band.
Oh, yeah, we have some fan questions, actually.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've come prepared.
I mean, who is not familiar with you guys? Let's be honest.
Come on.
Here.
You guys are huge.
Well, you know what? We're getting bigger every day.
Yeah.
And I mean, the ultimate goal for us is to be the biggest band in the world. Mm-hmm. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. But I don't know anybody in a band who goes, dude, I want to be like mid-level. Mid-level,
yeah. Sometimes, like in my field, the singer-songwriter, the singer-songwriter folk guy.
Sensitive singer.
The sensitive singer-songwriter.
The emotion.
The emotion.
Yeah.
Often the emotion needs to pretend.
You don't want it.
That we don't want it.
Right.
What's ironic is somebody could think of you guys as having less integrity somehow, but yet, in actual fact, you're just more honest.
We're straight up. We're like, I want it all.
You want it all.
Yeah.
And I want it now.
And I want it now. Oh my God. Yeah. They should write a song.
You're looking good, but not good enough to take my mind off the really hot stuff. I like this line. If you want a hot love injection, you have to look as good as my reflection.
Well, it's, you know, honestly, this was written as an ode to our bass player Lexxi Foxx, who is a beautiful man.
That's one of the audience questions was who's the best looking member of Steel Panther?
Well, I would say me.
Yeah.
And if you ask different guys in the band, you're going to get 4 different answers. Yeah. But really, I mean, as far as beautiful, like a lady beautiful.
Yeah.
Lexxi Foxx all day long.
Lexxi Foxx all day long.
Yeah, I don't have very many female features.
No.
And Lexxi has several.
He's a good looking dude.
He's good looking, and he looks good as a lady.
Yeah, there's always one glam rocker that doesn't look like a lady, but yet is still kind of lady-ish.
Yeah.
That's you, I think.
Yeah.
Stix Zadinia.
Stix Zadinia. That's me. I feel like I bring the heat, and I feel like I bring the fire of masculinity to my area of the band.
There's a follow-up question, though, from our audience.
Yes, please.
Who's the best-looking member, and then who has the biggest member? That was the follow-up.
Again, four different answers.
That came from Oklahoma. I don't know.
Of course it did. We've all got pretty big dicks.
If it's a 4-way tie, who breaks the tie when you guys are like, you know?
I think it depends on how much Viagra we've eaten.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You do that, not the natural stuff.
I do. Well, I do natural and unnatural. I'm not biased.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the natural stuff?
Oh, I don't know, like Kundalini yoga, kind of breathing exercises, anything like that. Are you going into that direction? A lot of times, through a life of decadence, you wind up in a sort of what like almost a healer kind of shaman type.
I guess I'm not done.
You're not there yet.
I'm not done. I may end up as a witch doctor.
Yeah, because there is like I've just like been looking at some of the boards on you guys and stuff, and people are talking about how maybe you've taken this thing to the ultimate, and it's time to replace your lead singer with a bearded acoustic folky and make a concept album called Taming the Tiger. That's somebody said that.
Joe, I don't know who said that, but I think I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it because then you could like transition into like sort of like songs about women's issues, and I don't know.
That would go right in line with all our other albums.
It would just be like a weird like bookends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'd poach another section of the audience that you're not reaching right now.
I know. We're definitely not reaching
the
sensitive singer-songwriter audience.
We're not. I know.
And like the Home Sweet Home. Where's your Home Sweet Home?
Well, our Home Sweet Home is Weenie Ride.
Weenie Ride?
I don't know if you've ever heard it.
No. How does that one go?
Excuse me a second. I would love to play you just the first 30 seconds.
We would love to hear that.
Your face is going to melt off your head.
It's already
Home Sweet
it's
Home,
already
one
melted.
of the best
Home Sweet Home. This
Tommy,
is
shout out Tommy Lee, who's probably a fan. I would.
He's not a fan.
He's not.
We can talk about that.
Oh, we need to.
If you like.
We need to.
Dude, are you kidding,
bro?
Can't wait.
I have stories.
Well, duh.
Oh, because you toured. You toured with Crew.
We did tour with Crew.
Def Leppard.
I'm going to give you our Home Sweet Home.
I can't wait. I do.
I think we could take that to the singer-songwriter.
I got goosebumps on that. Did you?
I could relate.
Those are herpes.
Being to Disneyland 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we do it all.
Yeah.
And that's me on piano.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it kind of goes in line with Home Sweet Home because that was Tommy on
Yeah.
piano.
I don't know what it is about drummers and pianos, but I play both.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lee plays both.
Well, it's a percussion instrument.
It is a percussion instrument.
People do know that.
I know, but I think when people see a drummer do anything that has actual notes, like, drums have notes, but you don't discern those. Mm-hmm. But with a piano, people go, wait, he's a musician.
Yeah, well, that's that joke. What do you call a guy who hangs out with musicians?
Drummer.
Yeah.
I got one. What's the last thing a drummer said to his band before he got fired?
What?
Hey, guys, check out the song I wrote.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a good one. So... Did you write Weenie Ride?
Satchel wrote the main riff, and then he and I sat down, and because I play piano, fairly proficiently, I added some notes, and it was, but mainly Satchel's our main songwriter.
Right on.
But it's, once he brings the idea to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, that's fucking rad. Let's do it. But the 1 out of 10 where I'm like, I'm not feeling that. Yeah. He'll just scrap it.
Okay.
Like he trusts me to be a filter.
What was the story with Tommy Lee? I'm curious. Like, and I'm curious as to why he's not a fan. It sounds like jealousy to me.
Here's the crazy thing about Motley Crue and Steel Panther. We have quite the history. We toured with them in 2012 or 14. I can't remember. Can I get my fact checker on that?
Yeah. I'm going to check it now.
This is what we got Ehud for.
Ehud.
He's the best.
I got a fact checker over there. His name's Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
It was Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and
Steel Panther.
Right.
Wow.
And so when we got the tour, it was put together by Live Nation in UK. Andy
2011.
2011.
Okay.
He just checked the shit out of that, Kevin. I don't know.
He's my guy.
Same year
He's my guy.
you opened for GNR at the Forum.
All I'm saying is if we ever do Taming the Tiger, he can come along. That's,
well,
he's a bonus.
He just beat my fact checker.
So I'm just saying. It's
yeah.
just like
No, he's good. He's good.
He's good.
1 for Ehud.
Right.
Yeah.
None for Kev.
Kev's still in this though.
Right.
We can't throw Kev all.
We're gonna go to 5. We're gonna see who's.
We'll
we
see
got
what
5
happens.
fact checks.
I still believe in you, Kev. Kev doesn't have a mic though. It's kind of unfair.
He doesn't.
Anyway,
but he thinks really hard.
Yeah.
He's like,
he
so
can psychically communicate to
Oh
us.
yeah. So we tour. We get on the tour, and we see this tweet from Tommy Lee.
I think he's playing piano in the background.
The ghost of Tommy Lee is checking the piano.
It's all good.
That's horrible play.
We're here at the gig.
Yeah, we are at the gig.
We're at the gig.
Anyway, he tweets, "So much for no cheese on this tour."
Oh.
And we were like, okay, T. Lee, that ain't cool.
No.
And we were like, do we do we rip back into him a little bit?
Well, how do you know it was about you?
Oh, because he had tweeted another thing like about Steel Panther and like.
That's a good question.
No.
But it is obvious.
Because you have that song in it with Cheese. That
we do.
What's that song?
The
Come on.
Hold on, I'll give you
fact checker.
Fact checker.
This is fact number 2.
And I need a lyrical example.
Yeah. No, it's in there.
Yeah.
Hold on, because it's a great lyric and it stuck out to me. That's why.
It's kind of like it reminded me of Ernest Hemingway. That one.
How do I search?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the second time I've ever heard that about us.
Right? It seems like he's an influence.
Yeah, big time.
Especially the shotgun period.
Yeah.
No, that was terrible.
Oh, Fat Girl. That's the song.
I wasn't talking about that. No, hold on.
Oh. People think when we did Fat Girl, some people are like, how can you sing a song like this? It celebrates big girls. And it's interesting because when we play that song live, there'll be big girls in the front row.
It's one of my favorite songs ever is Unskinny Bop.
Dude.
That Unskinny Bop, that's...
you can't be mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
No.
I sing along to that top volume.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, I'm distracting myself.
Yes.
So Tommy tweeted some unsavory things about us, and we may have tweeted something back that was like, all right, well, I don't think we came out hard, but they were obviously unhappy with Steel Panther being on the tour.
What did you come back with? You don't remember?
I don't really remember because when you're touring with Def Leppard and Motley Crue, who are both really big bands, and you're not that band,
right,
and you're opening the tour, you don't really want to fucking, you want to go let your fucking music do the talking.
Right.
You want to go out rock. That's what we talked about in the beginning. I want to be the best band in the world. I want to go out rock everyone.
Use it as fuel.
Totally.
Right.
Which I feel is what we did. We went out and tore it up. It was killer. Yeah.
Who invited you out?
It was Def Leppard, gave the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And Andy Copping, the Live Nation, the head of Live Nation in the UK, was and still is a huge supporter of us. So Andy was like, Def Leppard didn't want us on the tour, and Andy's like, if you don't want them on the tour, you can leave the tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like that. And anyway, they didn't leave the tour. We went out. We coexisted. It was fine. It was awkward, really weird. Tommy Lee, prior to that, had been on stage with us and jammed. He's come up and jammed. And Pamela Anderson was dancing on stage one Christmas show. She's in a little Santa elf outfit.
Right.
Super hot.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee comes up and he kills it. And it was cool. And we thought we were cool. But he got weird. Nikki Sixx got weird. And then
I think it threatened their credibility.
I think they felt like we were we somehow were making fun of them specifically.
Oh, really?
That's the vibe I got.
Wow.
And that couldn't be further from the truth.
Right.
And then you fast forward to now where we had said some things in the press in a totally, joking, silly manner about Vince Neil. Even though we've had Vince Neil on stage with us a ton of times, and he's a very sweet dude.
Is he?
Honestly, yeah.
Because he gets the bad rap.
Vince Neil,
but he's the most down to earth.
He's been he every time we've ever jammed with him or ran into him, nothing but very cool.
Interesting.
And it was an interview we did. Michael Starr said something silly about wanting to bring him back from the dead, right? Which is, it was, and Nikki Sixx got super, super pissed off.
Right.
Said that we're shit talkers and backstabbers, and I was like, "Whoa, bro, easy." Right. And then we put up a video of Nikki Sixx talking about Vince Neil, and that stopped it, and that stopped the feud. But
because he was trash talking Vince Neil.
Yeah, so. And so if you're gonna call someone out, don't do the thing that you're calling someone out for. Yeah.
So who out-rocked who on that tour?
If you're asking me,
I'm asking. You're the only one here that I'm asking.
Yeah, everyone would agree it was us.
It was the shirt I'm wearing.
It was the shirt. Yeah, we did it. But you know what? I got to tell you, Def Leppard,
they rule.
They're a machine, dude. They are so good. They write the
best songs.
They're so good,
like
and they are one of the nicest bunch of dudes ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been fortunate to tour with a lot of bands, and you never know how people are. Judas Priest, sweetest guys. We've been fortunate to tour with a lot of bands that we grew up on.
Yeah,
and idolized.
Yeah.
And most 95% of them super cool.
Well, another fan question was, when is your version of The Dirt coming out? And did you see The Dirt?
I did see The Dirt.
What'd you think of it?
I did like the first half. I liked the half that was about the partying and the good time and the rock and roll. I didn't like the public service announcement second half, like don't drink and drive.
Right.
I don't want that in my Motley Crue movie. You know what I mean? Like that's just me. I don't want to be like, oh man, look how gnarly they were. Oh, drinking and driving's bad. That's how I felt. And I was like, and I get it. They wanted to cover
They went to an after-school special vibe. Is that what you're thinking?
Massively. Yeah, I'm just a bill. You remember that stuff? What was that? Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah.
Yeah. What else, Ehud?
But after that tweet, was that in the beginning of the tour? Like, then were you like...
It was the beginning of the tour.
He was giving you like the evil eye for the rest of the tour? Was it uncomfortable?
Michael Starr... It was a little...
Or did you guys go like, Tommy, like...
No, we were cool because we were, we're like...
Professionals.
We're new. We were newer. And we were professionals. And we're like, we're just going to come in. And like I said, we're just going to fucking let the rockin' do the talking.
Exactly.
Pretty good right there.
Like Dawkins.
It's
Fuck
not
yeah.
how good you play, it's how good you look on stage.
Yeah, and it's not what's on the inside, it's what's on the outside. But we ran into Tommy and Nikki in the hallway, my singer and I, at I think Wembley. I think it was Wembley. And it was super...
You played Wembley.
We played Wembley. We've headlined Wembley twice.
Huge.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Wow. Congrats,
insane.
dude.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
It's
What's that like?
It's scary.
Yeah.
So I've played Wembley 4 times.
Unbelievable.
So just
The
to be clear,
closed one or the
arena.
The arena.
13,000.
That's
It's
amazing.
not Wembley Stadium.
Right.
Which
but still, 13,000.
13,000. We headlined twice. We played once with Motley Crue and Def Leppard and once with ZZ Top.
Wow.
And every time you that is horrible piano playing. Every time you play Wembley,
Yeah.
it's scary
Yeah.
and exciting.
Yeah.
But when you headline it, I actually there are some shows where I actually get choked up, and I get choked up and emotional when I'm in the middle of rocking. Mostly Community Property. It's one of our songs, and when everyone's waving back and forth, singing the same lyric, and they're moving to the drums the beat that I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy, like, it's overwhelming,
Right.
And
Is it like a God experience?
it's like, no, it's like a communal thing.
Communal.
Yeah, it's like we are all doing.
That is God energy, though. Not to get all
Yeah, I guess so.
religious.
Yeah, and the crazy shit is, it's like that beat stems from me. So if I do something different, they're going to all do something different.
Yeah. And the thing about the beat is, like, if you hit a bad note as a singer, but a lot of people can't really hear that. They don't really care.
Yeah.
You hit a bad rhythm, that's just, everybody could feel that, no matter what.
It's so precise.
It has to be.
It's like if you hit a note, like on a guitar, you can slide into the next note.
Yeah.
On a snare hit, you can't go, it's just
You
fucking,
fucked it up.
You fucking blew it.
Yeah.
And there's pressure in that.
Right.
It's scary, and that's the scary part.
And you do well under pressure?
I seem to have been doing okay under pressure to this point. Nobody's found out that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Does it take you to the next level?
Expand on that.
Like, does it up your game?
Does
the pressure make you actually even better than, say, a gig you don't feel that kind of nervous energy?
Sometimes it takes me to a place where, like, I'll find my body like stiffen, like just go, oh God, don't do it.
Thinking too much.
I gotta like get out of the thing that.
This is when you're taming the tiger period, when you get into meditation.
I know, dude. I gotta just
and semen retention.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Won't.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Can't do it.
Now you should say yes, no.
Those two words together, dude.
Said no.
Yeah, no.
You're right.
Yes, no.
There's
Joe is a big believer.
I'm
in
into
that,
it.
I gotta tell you.
I'm into it. That's what I'm trying to bring to Steel Panther right now.
It doesn't mean don't have sex.
It doesn't mean don't have sex. It makes the sex better, last longer. Tantra.
Yeah, dude.
Steel Tantra instead of Steel Panther.
I like it. I like
You like the sound.
I
of
like
it.
the sound. I don't like the idea.
Yeah.
No pussy.
No, more because you.
It's just semen
retention. You never let it go, so the sex just goes on forever, like Sting.
Okay. Okay.
The yoga stuff.
So you can have sex as much as you want, but you just hold the orgasm back.
You hold the ejaculation back.
But you have the orgasm.
You figure out ways to like.
Is that possible to have an orgasm without
there's a book
ejaculation?
called The Multi-Orgasmic Male. It's by Mentok Chow or something like that.
Whoa.
And you can learn all about it.
All right.
And then, I mean, that could be a new direction for Steel Panther that could just like really rock everybody's, like blow everybody's mind.
I feel like
because
I don't know if we're able to change directions.
Yeah.
It would be like trying to go into the Serengeti Plains, find a cheetah, and try to rub the spots off it.
Taming
and just go,
the tiger.
They're not coming off.
Taming the tiger.
Yeah, well, that's a different band. There's no way. There's no way Steel Panther's going to...
It's a side project.
Yeah, we don't have the control.
No.
We don't have the ball control.
You don't have ball control. I've noticed that about y'all. You can tell in your songs.
We're not shy about it, though.
No. I mean, some of the lyrics are great.
Yeah.
Speaking of names, what happened to... You went through metal shop and then metal school... And you just felt it wasn't working, and that whole name change is what changed everything?
In the beginning, we were involved with a couple different companies, and we had a name, and we wanted to change it because we didn't like the name, so we separated from that company, and they just kept that name.
So they had the copyright for it.
They owned the name, and we're like, nah. And then we metal schooled it. And then when we got the deal with Universal, which we were not seeking out, we did not try to get a record deal. But what we were doing in L.A. every week was we were selling out the Key Club. It was Viper Room, then we moved to the Roxy, then the Key Club, then House of Blues. And Universal came, and they were like, we want to give you a record deal.
Yeah.
We're like, what? Because we were doing mostly covers.
What year was that?
2008.
Uh-huh.
And
you guys just blew up in LA real quick.
Not real quick, but when we started in LA, which was around 98, 2000.
Fact check it. Yes, I have that.
It
says Sunset Strip early 2000s.
Yeah. People were coming and
people were
to the show.
Oh.
And at the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, just all over the place.
It was crazy.
Was it
nuts.
Once a week residency?
It was once a week, every Monday night.
Every Monday night.
And it was a scene.
I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, and those kinds of things you can't plan, and it happened. It was perfect. Nothing was happening on Monday nights in LA, and eventually it changed the landscape in how venues booked shows. They wouldn't book big shows on Monday nights because everybody was going to our show and
to metal school.
How'd you guys form? Who formed? What's the story behind?
We formed pretty damn organically.
Yeah.
I mean, we all had been playing in bands, around town since we were kids. And you meet like-minded musicians and you vibe out and you go. Like the first time I jammed with Satchel, the very first day, he was looking for a drummer for a different band that he was in, and he went through like 6 or 7 really good players, and he's like, no, one reason or another he wasn't feeling it. Either they didn't hit hard enough, or the feel was off, or whatever,
or he didn't like the way they looked,
or they didn't like their face.
Yeah, and
I came in so fucking high.
Oh yeah.
To the first
on weed.
I remember I was baked, and I was like, but I knew the songs because I was like, we're gonna go jam, and I slayed him.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, you're my drummer.
Doesn't weed make you paranoid?
No.
It does me.
Certain weed.
Yeah.
Most weed, no. Most weed I can just enjoy.
Right. When did you start playing drums? How old were you?
When I was in 4th grade.
4th grade.
Yeah. I went to my friend Brent Christensen's house in 3rd grade. He had a drum set. It was a maroon pearl kit. And I remember sitting behind it going, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
It was like the light bulb went on. I went home that day and I told my dad, I go, I want to play drums. He goes, okay. And then I kept bugging him for about a month. And then he goes, all right, I'll get you a practice pad, sticks, and some lessons.
Smart dude. No noise.
No noise. And he goes, you need to do that for 4 months.
Uh-huh.
And if your teacher at the drum lessons tells me you're improving and I'm not going to ever tell you to practice, he's like, this is on you. And if you're serious, we'll talk about a drum set.
Wow. Sounds like you had a good dad.
I do still have a fucking great dad.
That's nice to hear.
His name is Pops.
All right. Shout out Pops.
Shout out Pops Zadinia.
Is Pops Zadinia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. Duh.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And my son,
what's
Squirt.
Squirt Zadinia?
Yeah. It's fucking dope.
Yeah. What's Satchel's full name?
It's like Sting.
Oh, just
it's just Satchel.
Yeah.
Satchel,
Not
So, but I heard that you guys started out as a Van Halen cover band. Is that right? Is that true?
We did not, but my singer, Michael Starr, and Satchel were in a Van Halen cover tribute band called Atomic Punks.
Oh, killer.
And they still exist, but they have some different members now.
Yeah.
And different members with Michael Starr?
No.
Completely?
No. Completely different guys. But they kept that band going because when Michael and Satchel, when we did this, it was like, there's only time for this. But great fucking band. If you ever look it up, you'll be like, the way they sound.
Good name.
Yeah, it's Punks. Killer, right?
Yeah. Who would you rate over, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
I'm a David Lee Roth guy.
Me too, but I don't know. Sammy's kind of come up lately.
Sammy,
right?
Look. For ability and singing and talent, and Sammy all day long.
And Sammy, like, lately, I feel like
Sammy is.
He just turned 70.
You know it. That dude.
I follow him on Instagram.
He's gonna be touring next year.
He's fucking awesome. Cool. And we met him down in Mexico at a festival we did.
Cabo Wabo?
No, it was like called Force Fest or something. He's fantastic. I just happened to come up with those David Lee Roth records, so
too.
I'm partial to that era.
Yeah,
but Sammy is like, he's a freak. How good he is.
And there's a Kiss connection. You guys played a Kiss comedy roast too, or something.
We did the Gene Simmons roast.
What did Gene have to say?
Ironically, when business was a little slow in '97. I worked for Gene Simmons.
Okay, we got to go into
Let's
this.
Let's dive it. Let's get into it.
Because he was my favorite member. I started out as a bass player because of him.
I've got great stories about Gene and he.
Chaim, let's
Chaim Witz.
Chaim Weitz.
He's
from Israel, just so you know.
Okay.
He's been
Chaim Weitz.
I'm not mad at it.
He's been nothing but awesome to me.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So when I would go to his house. Like I started.
How'd you start working with him?
So I golf.
Oh, really?
Tommy Thayer, guitar player
Alice
for Kiss.
Cooper golfs.
I haven't
too.
golfed with Alice. I know.
Just in case anyone thinks that's a slight on your credit, on your heavy metal credit.
No, dude, I'm proud of it.
It is not.
I'm proud of it.
It's official that you're allowed to be a heavy metal superstar and a great golfer.
Dude,
Alice Cooper has made that clear.
Tommy Thayer, guitar player for Kiss, is a golf junkie as well.
Right.
We are friends. We don't live very far from each other in L.A. And we golf. And
that's cool.
It was really cool. He's a super cool guy. When I needed some work, Tommy is like, well, let me talk to the guys in Kiss, and there might be work in the warehouse because they have a couple warehouses. So I started going down and doing some odd jobs at the warehouse, the Kiss warehouse, which is very surreal when you first go in there. And then that moved into doing odd jobs for Paul and Gene, like odd shit.
Yeah.
Like, like going and fixing fountain at Paul's house, or going and picking up Gene Simmons record company mail, or those things. But I was getting paid.
What was the fountain like at Paul's house?
Well, which one?
Oh, really?
Bro.
There's multiple fountains?
It's multi-fountain-esque. Yeah.
What comes out of the fountains, I wonder?
I don't know.
Liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
Yeah.
That's why they get clogged
paint. Face paint. White face paint. That's where he gets it. It's like a secret fountain.
Yeah.
Every morning.
And it's so special that when he does it, he splashes on and the star forms.
Yeah. It just knows.
Yeah, it knows.
It doesn't make him do it anymore. It's like a superhero thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's like,
But
yeah.
I got to tell you, I started doing some audio editing for Gene, and I went to his house
on music
every day on demos. Like he has demos with Joe Perry. He has demos of shit he did with Bob Dylan. He has demos.
Wait,
I'm not even kidding you.
Wait. Gene and Bob Dylan. I think I heard that a long time ago, actually. That bears out.
So
I remember hearing
I'm telling
that.
you. So he put together this thing called The Vault, which is all these songs.
I remember that, too. That's recent.
I have 2 songs on there.
Oh, really?
Yes, he recorded 2 of my
rocks.
songs at my apartment back in the day. It was so weird. Gene walks up these little stairs into the shitty apartment, sits down at my little iMac computer, and I put a mic in front of him, and he just starts singing. It was
God of Thunder.
Dude, it was killer. So check this out. We were sitting there one day, and I don't know the arrangements of his songs, and he goes, Stix, I need you to take that turnaround right there and put it back to the top, and then when we get to the middle, I'm like, I don't know this. Let me hear it. And he's like, can we move any faster? And he was getting on me.
Oh, really?
And he started getting frustrated. And and so I remember this is one of those times in my life where I was like at the fork in the road, and I was like, I could go to fuck you town.
Oh, right.
Or I could stop off at let's stop and talk about thisville.
All right.
Let's stop and talk about this.
I did let's stop and talk about thisville, and I said, Gene, and I very mellow, I said, Gene, the computer only does what it does. And this is back in the day, computers weren't very fast.
Yeah.
I said, so we have to wait for it to process. I can't make it go faster. Also, I don't know the parts you're talking about. You know these songs intimately. I don't know them.
Right.
So I need you to understand, I can only work at this speed.
Yeah.
And
wow.
It was like the switch went on, and he went like this. He looked at me. He goes, let's start over.
Wow.
Oh, one of the things he said to me while we were in the heat of it.
That's like some Zen Buddhist shit you just pulled off. That was like some wax on, wax off.
It was.
Like
it was very Miyagi.
You went Miyagi on it.
He goes, do you even play music? This was before that.
Wow.
He goes, I go, yeah. He goes, what do you play? And I go, drums. He goes, figures.
Oh.
And I go, oh my God, and then I felt myself I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting just taken to town.
Mm-hmm.
But when I stood up to him in a very respectful way,
yeah,
he turned it and he went like this. Okay, I understand that. I understand what you're saying to me. I can do that.
There's a great lesson here. A great
since
lesson
that day,
in communication,
dude.
It really
since
is.
that day, it was like he changed from looking at me as an underling to a guy who he's working with.
Yeah.
Did he remember you at the roast?
Oh yeah, and we've toured with Kiss. We did 3 shows in Brazil with Kiss opening for them, and they have to approve bands, and they've been very supportive of what we do. And so if I see Gene on the street,
from Gene,
I get phone calls from Gene every now and then.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I actually met him once at a coffee bean out in LA, and he was quite nice.
Oh, good.
In spite of, he gets a bad rap.
He does. He gets a bad rap. But I'll tell you, in his defense, if you're that famous and you're that guy,
of course,
all day long, wherever he goes, people going, "Hey, Gene, can I get a picture?"
Right.
And at a certain point, you got to go, dude. I have to go do my next thing.
Yeah. I used to hang out with Lou Reed in the city a lot, and he would get that rap too, like cantankerous and all this, and that's what I always said about that too. Is just like, look, man, he was out and about on his own.
Yeah,
he's Lou Reed. It's like if you don't have like boundaries, and boundaries just mean you're not going to be Mr. Nice Guy. If you're Mr. Nice Guy, you couldn't do it.
You can't live.
Can't live. Did you want to be the new Peter Criss?
No.
And you never.
No. I wanted to be.
But again, another piano ballad.
I know.
From the drummer.
I know.
That's so weird.
It works.
The original Home Sweet Home is really Beth.
Oh yeah. Well, Beth is the prototype, right?
Does Steel Panther have a Beth?
Floor plans.
No, not yet.
No.
But I want to come out and sing a song.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
I think that's next.
I think that's next.
Yeah.
You know, we have a new video that's going to be coming out. Well, I don't know if I should talk about it because it's a pretty cool surprise. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
Okay, we can continue.
And we're back.
So that's the video.
Dave Hill and Witch Taint.
Witch Taint. Let me show you this. This was me in our video.
But you know, Joe, bringing back to Lou Reed.
Wow. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's
same thing.
That's exactly it.
Oh, but back. I know where you're going to go with this. When they outsold
they
Lulu,
outsold Lulu.
The Metallica collaboration
With Balls Out.
When you guys put out Balls Out.
We did.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you surpass like what feeling is that when you read your name and then Metallica is below you?
It seems like it's somebody else's band. For real.
Yeah.
You just go, who did it? I was it? What? It's very weird.
Right.
And it's exciting. You know, I love being in this band. It's like,
how long has it been going on for?
We've been a band for 20-something years.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, a long time.
And all the same members?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
All original dudes.
All original members. And how much band drama is there?
There is no band drama.
That's fucking bullshit.
Shut up, Satchel. Fuck you, man. Because we get along.
Right.
I don't believe you. There's none.
Why would you not believe me?
I don't know. It just seems like, come on, 4 guys. Is it 4? 4
It's
members?
4 dudes.
4 members on the road, 20-something
Are you in
years.
4 separate buses?
No.
You
one
know,
bus.
we drive a minivan.
Oh,
a lot.
really?
Yeah, I drive most of the time.
Are you for real with that?
I'm not bullshitting.
No bus, huh?
Yeah, look at Kevin.
Yeah.
So Kevin lives here in New York. We're in LA.
Why are you touring like that? It seems like it would be less expensive to have a bus.
No way, dude.
Because you don't have to get hotels all the time, and then it's like with all the members.
It depends.
And you guys have a decent sized crew.
It depends. So when
like it would be even.
No, it's not, because when we go do like a small run, like sometimes we go do a weekend, like
for that, you get a Sprinter, fine.
Like no, we get a fucking Windstar. And,
really?
And we're like, we have a bus on this run. It's 3 weeks long. This one, but we have meetings before every single show. They're called our check-ins, and we seriously shut everybody out. It's about an hour before the show, and we get into, everybody has their time to talk about what's going on with them. Like, we really get into it, and then we have our show, because our show is very dependent on how you feeling, because we do a lot of improvisation, as far as like, we never know what we're gonna say. And it always takes twists and turns. And if one of the guys in the band is like in a shitty mood and doesn't want to fucking play, then it's hard. So that's why we've learned to communicate, and we've learned to, we're friends and we're homies and brothers, and we go out there and we fucking kill as a unit.
Yeah.
And we fucking come back and we have a meeting after the show called the Checkout.
After every show.
After every fucking show.
Wow,
It's
this
like
is
briefing,
wild, man.
briefing
This is like,
in and briefing
It is.
out. Debrief.
So like this is really a lesson in communication. I'm having a surprisingly deep revelation with you right now, in that like communication is key. I think is the theme of this podcast, with the Gene Simmons story, and now this, especially with the band. The fact that you guys all check in after every show.
Yeah. If
marriages did this,
oh, dude,
there'd be so much less divorce.
I'm telling you.
So who brought this awareness to the Panther? Do you guys refer yourself as the Panther ever? Is that me stretching it too much?
You stretched it just the right amount.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was very comfortable.
I'm glad. I felt good about it.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
I needed to make sure, though. I don't want to take liberties.
Please do.
Okay, please.
That's what we're all about.
That's what you're all about.
Dude.
That is what your songs are about.
I know.
Yeah.
What if I was like, no, dude?
No,
it's Steel Panther. Fuck you. So for us,
but seriously though, like
I'll tell you,
because somebody's developed this communication knowledge.
Oh, that's some Metallica, some kind of monster stuff.
You're not wrong. And here's why you're not wrong. When we were gnarly, we were fighting crazy.
Okay.
Because
in the early days.
Yeah, in the early days, when you have 4 alphas.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It never works out.
There's not a beta in the house?
There's one beta, it's Lexxi Foxx. You have 3 alphas.
Yeah,
you have
and the one that looks like the most like the chick.
He's like, I don't want to fight.
Okay.
You know? But you have...
Thank God for Lexxi then.
Yeah.
Shout out Lexxi.
Shout out Lexxi, and here's what Lexxi did. He's like, this is not working. We need some fucking help.
Okay, so Lexxi brought in
the heat.
Feminine spirit as well, in a way.
Yeah.
Well, you're calling it heat, but I'm saying it's the same thing, though. That feminine spirit is the heat.
He brought the soft touch.
He brought the soft touch.
Yeah. And we started talking with this therapist.
Really?
Yeah. He's called a high-performance team building coach, which is code for therapist.
Yeah.
If you're not a fucking
Where'd you
couple.
find him?
My next-door neighbor.
Wow. Sometimes God is on your side.
Yeah. Thanks, Jesus. Appreciate you, man. And so we got these tools from this dude because everybody in our band, minus Lexxi, had a vision of what they thought, the direction, because, you want it your way, right? And when you want it your way, you're not listening to the dude who wants it his way, and you're not listening to that other guy who wants it his way. So everything's colliding and not moving. It just keeps going in this circle. Mm-hmm. And what happened is we got all our shit on the table, and we got all our shit out of the way, and instead of being this fucking knot, we're on video, right?
Yeah.
So instead of being this knot,
yeah,
we ended up doing this, aligning, and so now we have momentum. Now we're all headed towards the same goal.
Okay.
And now back, and now back.
Okay.
That's
how we
smart. That's
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You go with the wave.
Yeah. And what we learned is we gotta be, if you have a problem, you gotta fucking tell the other dude, I don't like when you do this.
Wow.
It's a hard thing to do.
It's a hard thing to do.
But it's what enabled us. It's funny because before we did all that shit, we're like, he goes, what's your fucking goal? And we're like, we want to be the biggest band in the world.
Right.
We want to be international recording musicians, and we want to be successful in the field that we're in.
Right.
He goes, okay, so you put that goal here. That's starting with the end in mind.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of going, well, what do you want to do? I want to play Gazzari's next week. No, let's look there. Okay, we're here. Want to get here. What do we need to do now to start that path
up the mountain?
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like no one's a fucking overnight success. People find out about you and they go, dude, you guys just made it. What was that moment that you made? There's no moment where you make it.
It's a series of moments.
They just find out at certain time, but you've been just doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
Forget who said it. Success isn't final.
Oh yeah, success is never final. Yeah. That's in my boxing gym. I box, and then there's a flag that says success is never final, and I like that.
It's true
because you can't rest on your laurels.
No, you can't. And for us, we want to just keep putting out great records, putting on great shows, and fucking all the bitches.
Yeah. So you guys started this communication, and there must have been some growing pains with that, where there was some knockdown dragouts when you first brought up, hey, I don't like it. Can you have an example of, hey, I don't like it when you do this? Or is that you don't want to speak on that internal?
I probably don't want to.
Right. That makes sense because that's a betrayal.
Yeah, you gotta trust the other dudes.
Right. You don't want to air the dirty laundry.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can tell you that everybody in our band has said, I don't like when you do this to everybody else.
Right.
At some point.
That's funny. Here's
the biggest kicker of it. When you sit down to talk about that shit, the deal that you have to have is, if I'm going to tell you something, you need to listen to me. You can't just
dismiss you.
Start talking over me, and you can't argue with me. You have to acknowledge, I'm hearing you. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
And then you can have an exchange.
It's not easy.
No, this is great if humans didn't have something called narcissistic personality disorder. Some people cannot handle any amount of criticism whatsoever.
They go to nuclear.
Somebody who doesn't have a personality disorder can handle it. They know they're not perfect. Their being isn't built on a false premise. But there are so many humans in this world that their being is built on a false premise. So any perceived criticism sends them nuclear, as you said.
They go.
So you must not have any member like that in the band then, because if everyone is able to take.
Well, I think I know what you're saying. I think in our band,
in an ideal world, this is great. But but I don't know ideal worlds. I just know this world.
I know that each one of us in our band, we've all got quirks to our personality. Yeah. I think it's what enables us to go up on stage and fucking be
the greatest.
The greatest.
We can just say that.
Let's just fucking. We've all agreed.
We've all agreed. We're here.
The votes are in.
I mean, we've set up all these cameras.
America has spoken.
For a reason.
We've seen the charts.
We've seen the charts.
You've seen the charts.
We're wearing the fucking T-shirts.
Dude, thank you.
I mean,
heavy metal rules.
It does. It does rule.
Yeah.
So we've all got. There's some. I think you have to have some narcissism in you.
Of course.
But what we did was we actively worked on listening skills. We actively worked on communication skills. So it took us a minute
to get there.
But we got there. Honestly, everybody in our band, it's inevitable. You're going to piss your buddy off at some point.
Right.
But we now have the tools, and we have had them for a while, to be able to say, dude, you're fucking out of line. Yeah. And here's why I think you're out of line. And then to talk about it.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's some kind of panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And ironically, the dude who fucking therapized us, he did that same shit that guy did.
Yeah.
And that was what clipped him.
It's because people are aware of that, but not everyone's willing to implement it. Everyone looks at Metallica as like, oh, they did that a long time ago and no one does that thing. But you took that.
Well, we didn't know that it was before they did that.
Well, I'm not saying, but you accepted that sort of advice.
Yeah.
And believed in it. And went in it.
It works for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we've gotten serious a little bit, I want to ask a question that's kind of, I guess, serious. Where the subject matter of your songs tends to be about the joys of
vagina.
Mm-hmm. Now, in recent times, like with the Me Too stuff, did you guys come together in a band meeting and discuss, hey, can we still be this overt with our lyrical content?
No.
Was there any fear about that, or has there been any fallout whatsoever?
Zero fallout. In fact,
no
I think
fear either from you guys?
Zero.
Right.
Zero fear.
How do you explain that?
We have done what we do the entire fucking time.
Right.
What changed was the culture, the Me Too's. Everyone got really sensitive,
very sensitive,
and I think that focused a more of a light on what we have been saying the entire time, which makes it seem sharper or seem heavier or gnarlier,
more dangerous.
Let's say. But if you look back at what we used to say versus what we say now, it's the same. We are
consistent.
We're like fucking Folgers coffee.
Right.
We're never going to change. Every can is the fucking same. And the minute that the one thing that we are conscious of is the minute that we start changing our lyrics to be accommodating to the culture or the times, we're done.
It's like a sellout.
It to us and our fans, especially to us, it would feel fake.
Well, I gotta say, this kind of upsets me to hear because I'm watching a dream die. My dream of taming the tiger. I'm just watching it on the side of the road. It's like an animal that got hit by a truck, and now I
feel like taming a tiger.
I feel like I just
no. Don't be scared of it.
I'm a little sad.
Hold on.
I just need a moment.
Joe,
it's getting bright in here for me.
Don't go there yet.
Okay, I won't.
And the only reason I say that is because we do what we do,
right?
And maybe
a folk rock version could happen, like an offshoot. Okay, the dream doesn't have to die.
Don't let the dream die.
No, I'm not gonna let it die.
Okay.
No, because I
feel like we pulled you back from the precipice.
Don't dream it's over.
You want to talk about manifestation or whether or not the moon landing is real? It's a dealer's choice.
Ooh, they're both such hot button topics. Manifestation.
So do you have any sort of manifestation rituals? Did you envision this massive success that Steel Panther has acquired, and did you like feel it as a reality before it became a reality? And can you tell us who haven't risen to those heights how you've done it?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I will tell you a very specific answer for that.
Okay.
Did you, when you were a kid,
Yeah.
did you know you want to be a musician?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Did you feel like you were going to have success?
I knew I was going to be one of the greatest songwriters ever.
Okay.
I just knew it.
And are you?
Yes.
Okay. So when you were a kid, you had those feelings.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you felt different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming.
I needed it.
Yeah,
Right.
You talk about that all
I
the
need
time.
it.
When I was a kid,
And by the way, I want to apologize for saying I was one of the greatest.
don't you
songwriters
fucking
ever.
apologize.
Okay,
for
you're
that.
right.
Dude.
I need some of that Steel Panther energy.
Never apologize, dude.
You're right.
So you think
You're
Lou?
right.
You think Lou Reed would apologize?
You're right. Lou
Never.
Reed would not.
Never.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I take my apology back.
You know, we have a song on our new record called "Fuck Everybody,"
Okay.
and it's
Nice.
like, dude, fuck everybody.
What do the lyrics go to that? I wanted to like quote some of the lyrics.
Hold on.
But anyway, what were you going to say?
Anyway,
Like, yeah, keep going.
When I was a kid,
yeah.
I remember very, very clearly feeling like I wasn't supposed to work in a cubicle in an office.
Mhm.
And I remember going,
Yeah.
and so I
Where'd you
went,
grow up?
I went Thousand Oaks, Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, so you're born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
I was born at Cedars, right in the middle. So I remember
Destined. Destined.
Dude, I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, and then I was like,
Yeah.
and I played drums, and I was in bands, and I kept watching my friends peel off. And then right after high school, peel off to go get quote unquote real jobs.
Right.
Like, dude, I can't. I gotta, bro. I'm like, dude, you're fucking crazy, and they're looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I can't process stopping, so I keep going.
Yeah.
I start community college,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I remember being in a class. I think it was in like a world studies class or something, and teachers talking to me, and it got quiet in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember going, I don't fucking belong here. Like, this is not
Yeah.
for me. It's for a bunch of people. But I was going, dude, I am not supposed to be here. I quit.
Did you look around the room and think like to yourself, why doesn't anyone else see that I'm not supposed to be here?
Dude.
Don't they see that I don't
Yeah.
belong here?
Well, it was more like me going, this is not my jam.
Right.
I don't know what you guys got going on, but I need to leave.
Yeah.
I quit.
You quit.
I quit because I was like, I'm going to fuck it. And then I decided I'm going to either live or die by playing music.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept fucking going, and I didn't take no for an answer. And if something didn't work, I fucking did something different. And I just
Right.
kept playing. And I think by pure, attrition, I fucking kept
Yeah.
going. And there was no other choice. I was going to fucking...
Will persistence. Will
Absolutely.
persistence.
I
Is
always-
like water can go right through a mountain.
Yeah, cut it.
You just cut a mountain down.
Dude, I've always felt like, and it's going to sound douchey, but I for real always felt like I was supposed to do something musical and something that affected some people. And I
Yeah.
didn't know what level it was going to be, but it was going to be music
Yeah.
without question for me.
Right.
Like always.
Me too.
And when I was a kid, I have a picture somewhere on my phone of me like at 1 or 2 years old sitting at a piano and with my hands up here in a diaper. And I just remember, from the first time I can remember hitting piano notes and just being mesmerized
Right.
by the music and the sound. And, that was it. It was like I was just born to rock, for real.
Yeah.
It sounds cliche, but I was fucking born to rock.
Yeah. No, there's like, I had that same thing. Like, there was just like the idea of doing like a 9 to 5 seemed like I just remember thinking, I'm gonna do this, and if I don't make it, I'll just kill myself. Not to like.
No, I get it.
That was like that. You almost have to have that kind of like, you don't want to kill yourself, obviously, and
Right.
I was bluffing about that part of it, but in some way, you almost have to be able to like go there in your mind to like bet your whole life on
no safety net,
on this dream, on no safety net.
Yeah,
you have to be willing to kind of die for it, at least in thought.
I didn't have the like I remember some of my friends would be like, yeah, dude, well, I'm going to school because I need something to fall back on if that doesn't work.
Right.
And I was like, fuck that.
That's the opposite of manifestation.
Yeah, because if you do that, then there's a part of you that's not going to give it all.
Yeah.
Because you got to spend some energy doing that fallback shit. And I was like, dude, if I fall, there's no fucking net. I'm going down. And you know what? At least I fucking went for it.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's scary, and I understand that there's fear in shit like that because it is scary. And you go, oh man, well, if I go for it and it doesn't work out, am I going to be like homeless? Am I going to,
Right.
I was like, dude, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep fucking going.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
There was no choice for me.
And how did you ever work day jobs, 9 to 5?
I worked a ton. I worked a ton of, like, not the 9 to 5, but I delivered.
Gene Simmons.
Other than fixing fountains.
Other than fixing fountains,
Paul
which was
Stanley's
great work
fountain.
if you know how to fix a fountain. I don't know how to fix a fountain.
Right.
But I
Especially
faked
one that
it.
spews makeup.
I know, dude.
I mean,
Very specialized fountain.
Nobody knows how to fix that. Dude.
No.
That's a magic fountain.
Yeah, that's like you need Paul's.
You need some abracadabra to fix that.
Yeah.
You need to do a seance.
Yeah, you need some black magic.
Did you
shit.
almost give up at any point, or were you?
I did
Never,
not, dude.
Never.
I did. There was never a
breaking point.
Oh man, I don't know. It was like if one band didn't.
Well, there
work
must
out,
have been days where it's like, oh god, there's days.
There were days. There were days where
but
you're just like you get bummed out because something didn't work out, or you're like on the verge of, oh man, this tiny record label wants to sign my band, and you get so excited, and it doesn't happen,
right?
And you're like, fuck,
right.
Let's keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. That's the thing about being a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I think for many musicians, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
If you want to go for it and it's in you, you just fucking keep going. That's the one thing. That's advice that I give like young musicians now. Mm-hmm. If they say, "What if you could say one thing?" I'd say, "Don't stop."
Is Squirt's gonna be a musician?
I don't know. I think he's gonna be a banker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just not in him.
It's not in him.
No,
it's so surprising with the name Squirt Zadinia.
Some people, dude.
It seems like,
dude.
I guess I don't know. Well, a fan of this podcast gave me all these cards to give to people who come on it to read and get their opinion on it. I don't know if you want to read one.
I need my glasses, bro.
You do?
Yeah, I got old eyes.
You do?
Hold on.
You should try sun gazing.
Happiness, isn't that not good for your eyes?
No, it's good for your eyes.
Hold on.
I'm telling you. Wait, but there you have to. It's 1 hour when the sun rises. Like there's a 1 hour window, and when the sun sets, there's another 1 hour window, and in those hours you can sun gaze. But and you start off with like 10 seconds, and you can look directly at the sun, and it's enormously healing. Don't try this at home.
Don't disclaimer under
don't try this at home. I'm not a doctor. I have no medical credentials at all.
You have tried it.
I've sun gazed a lot, and I have had good results from it. I do. It's a powerful energy, and it can heal your eyes.
Really?
But that's bro science for
Dr.
you.
Joe.
So again,
that's
Dr.
homie
Joe.
science.
That's homie science.
All right.
Do not try that at home.
All right.
Don't blame me.
Also,
Okay.
if you take a syringe of vitamin D and put it right in your pupil and shoot the whole thing in there, perfect vision for 6 minutes. I'm not a doctor.
Totally worth it.
Maybe don't try that, or maybe do. Now I'm not liable, right?
Right. I think that works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Or do.
Or do.
Happiness is a byproduct of an effort. See, I can't read that.
Let me read it for you.
To mate. What does it say?
Happiness is a byproduct of an effort to make someone else happy.
Ah,
What do you think of that?
I think it's true.
But it's never going to be a Steel Panther lyric.
Fuck no. No way, dude.
You don't have to read them all.
Dude, I seriously, my eyes are so bad.
It's a one and done thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we're
They all
done.
say the same thing.
They all say
basically.
something about happiness.
Yeah. Dude, happiness is doing what you love.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I work. I mean, I work hard.
Right.
But I don't feel like it's a job.
Yeah, you're hard at work too.
Yeah.
Often, probably.
I'm hard.
Hard at work.
I'm hard at work,
yeah,
for sure.
I would think.
Yeah, well,
just like judging from your song there, it seems like you're hard at work a lot.
There's a lot of nakedness at our shows.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How much?
A lot.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Do you have a girlfriend or are you married?
I have several.
Several?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I will tell you, I've seen things on our stage that probably most bands have not.
Okay, what's the craziest backstage Steel Panther?
Well, I won't tell you the craziest backstage, but
okay,
I will tell you I saw
stage.
2 girls completely naked, not even socks on, going down on each other in the middle of our stage.
That's crazy.
In LA.
Yeah.
I've seen
no socks?
Completely fucking naked.
That's wild.
I saw a girl give a guy head on San Diego.
I heard about that.
That's real.
I actually heard about that on stage.
Oh, I'll tell you the craziest thing I see on stage. You remember Alexis Arquette?
Yeah, we've had Rosanna Arquette on this podcast.
Okay, so
we've talked about Alexis.
Alexis was a transgender person.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Was at our show at the Roxy. Michael Starr, our singer, says, "Look at that fucking hot chick," because she looked fantastic,
beautiful,
and she comes up on stage because she was like really, showy, and she was into it. It was a killer vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that was when our singer goes, "Oh my God, she's got a penis." And he says, "Oh, there was this black guy that got up that was grinding on her, like super excited about it. He was like into it." And then we revealed that it was formerly a guy, or she was a transgender. And the black guy was like, he splits the stage real fast. And then Michael Starr says, you should suck your own dick in front of the whole crowd. This is true. Alexis Arquette gets up on the drum riser, and I remember I had a 16-inch deep bass drum specifically because I was 16 inches away from this. And she lifts up her dress, grabs her unit, bends down, and does it.
Nuh-uh.
May God strike me down right now.
I just can't believe anybody can do that.
That's the thing.
Because I'm a yogi and
did it. She pulled it.
I can't do that.
Everyone's
saying,
tried. She pulled it. She pulled it up, right? Like pulled it up and bent over.
No.
I'm not kidding, dude.
That's wild.
I was like, the whole room, you could hear a pin drop. It was mind blowing. And I'm not telling you that. I'm not making any part of that up. I'm not adding anything. I'm telling you the straight story. It was like
that must have brought the crowd. They must have gone.
She would come every now and then.
They must have gone wild for that. The crowd.
After they realized what they were seeing, like I said, when they were watching it, it was fucking silent.
That's amazing.
Afterwards, it was like a mic drop, but it was a penis drop.
That's the ultimate mic drop, I would say.
Ultimate. She's like, boom, she dropped. And she left, and she walked off the stage like, "Yeah, bitches, I just did that."
Wow.
And everybody was like, "You just did that," and it was a great moment. It was like, it was so like everybody went, "We all know what's happening now. This rules."
Yeah,
it was great.
That's incredible.
It was incredible.
Yeah, so you must have all kinds of crazy tales like that.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough because we did residencies. We had a lot of people come through and jam with us. We've played music with.
Who were some of the best?
Some of the best. Pink.
Pink played with y'all?
Pink sang with us.
Wow. Did she do the whole thing where she was in the air, flying through the sky?
She did Sweet Child of Mine. She sang Sweet Child of Mine.
Okay. She's badass.
I saw her at the Garden. She sang Patient with Axl.
She's ridiculously talented, dude. She's
she
one of the best. Jerry Cantrell.
I know Jessie Green. Shout out Jessie Green. She plays with her violin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Jerry Cantrell, Alice in Chains.
Mike Starr, the bass player who passed away.
Right. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Tom Morello's jammed with us.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
We had
Tom Morello. He jammed with. I was in a band with Danny Harrison and Ben Harper called Fistful of Mercy, and we did Conan, and Tom Morello sat in with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shout out Tom Morello.
Come on.
Yeah.
Call us back. We want you on the pod.
It's a small world.
It is, and so for us, love being rock fans.
Yeah.
It's been a great opportunity to jam with, a ton of people. I'm trying to think who else would play. Tommy Lee, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vince Neil.
I think you and Tommy will get back together in the end. I think he just got afraid.
He
just got afraid.
I don't know what happened, but
what about Ozzy?
We jammed with Ozzy.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know why, but I kept thinking, ask him about Ozzy.
Ozzy, we jammed with Ozzy at the Spike TV Men's Choice Awards. We were the house band on the award show.
Yeah.
We did Iron Man with Ozzy.
Wow.
And this was a great story. So before the show, backstage, Sharon, Ozzy, and Ozzy's former assistant, Tony, they're like, okay, this is what's going down. And it's us four and those three. And Sharon's leading the meeting, and we're all listening to Sharon. She's very sweet. And she's like, okay, so we're going to do this, and you guys will do this, and Ozzy will do that. And Ozzy's like nodding the whole time, going, yeah. And then you'll end the song, and I said to Tony afterwards, I go, hey, how am I going to know when to end the song? I'm the drummer, so I got to know. He goes, when Ozzy, if Ozzy keeps singing, keep going. And then when Ozzy, you'll be, he goes, and then when he's done singing, just stop.
That was the answer.
Well, no, that was almost the answer.
Ozzy remembers to stop singing.
Then I go, how am I going to know? And he goes, you'll know.
Wow.
And I went, that was some Yoda shit.
That's some Yoda type.
And I was like, okay. And I knew.
And you knew.
He was not wrong.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ozzy's magical.
Ozzy is.
Did you hear his new jam?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's like they build it as this like anti-drug anthem, but of course it doesn't come off like when I listened to it, it sounded like it's like we're going straight to hell. It's like sort of celebratory to me, but I'm not like dissing. I don't really care, but
yeah,
I liked the track. I thought it was good.
Dude, I can't believe he's
so good,
he's
man.
Still going.
Yeah,
he's when he talks, when he speaks,
it sounds like it's staggering.
It sounds like it sounds like there's a little rough time with it, but when he sings,
it's perfect.
It's crazy.
It is,
dude. So good.
So talented.
Yeah.
One of the best songwriters.
Singer. He sings killer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We've jammed with Ozzy, man. We jammed with, we went out on tour with Priest, so.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
They're fucking beasts.
I love Screaming for Vengeance.
Killer record.
Yeah.
Killer.
What's your favorite Judas Priest?
Record?
Yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too.
Electric Eye.
Yeah. So dope.
Hellion.
Who's your favorite heavy metal band besides Steel Panther?
I'm thinking.
It's tough.
I don't know, man. I mean, I was a big Iron Maiden fan when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Big Iron Maiden fan.
I almost forgot about them when I was thinking of an answer.
Yeah, I mean,
still doing it.
I loved Iron Maiden. Number of the Beast was one of those records where you put it on and it just made you feel a certain way.
The artwork is just god level.
Genius shit.
So good. That Eddie character, and just when I was a kid, I just loved that.
Yeah, and then you would look like on Number of the Beast, you'd see that Eddie playing the devil, and then the devil playing all the people, and you're like, and I started getting into like individuals. I was like, oh my god, look at that guy. Look at that guy. It was killer.
Yeah, Power Slave. I like that one too.
Power Slave's a great record.
Yeah, that was like their modern one, but of course now it's old.
Now that's like 30 years old, dude.
That's classic, but remember when that was like the modern one?
Yeah. People are like, oh, dude, it's no Killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still Fear of the Dark, as new as it is, and now it's 20 years old. I love that one too.
Yeah,
that was their more poppy, I guess.
We were talking about Iron Maiden, and that's one of those bands that the similarity that Steel Panther has to Iron Maiden is we don't get radio.
Yeah.
We don't get any radio support.
Why not?
Because we talk about vaginas in a very graphic way and getting high.
Do you ever not have it so graphic? Have you ever tried to like,
no,
let's tone it down for this single?
No. We don't. And you know what? So far, it's worked in our favor because when people come to our shows, they don't know the quote unquote radio hit. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that drives careers. But for us, everybody knows all the words to all the songs. Right. It's not like they all know that one song and nobody knows the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're staying for the show,
of course.
I'm definitely considering coming back for it.
Yeah,
you will see the entire crowd sing every fucking lyric.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's great.
But with no radio play, and then are you getting problems on YouTube uploading your videos?
Sometimes
right, because YouTube's getting
what's the other
censors.
platform,
What are you thinking about all this censorship?
I think it's
happening?
bullshit.
It's
yeah.
2020. There's going to be a big change in YouTube, also with content and kids content. It's bananas.
Mm-hmm.
It is bananas, but you know what? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, and we're not going to change just so we can get more views.
No, but then what outlets do you have left to reach your fans? Is it social media?
It's socials, and I'm sure that there will be alternatives to YouTube. It won't be as big, but people will seek it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, people, an example, when Prohibition happened, people drank.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna go get the shit you want to go get.
That's true.
And if somebody wants to hear some good heavy metal songs with what happen to be dirty lyrics, that's the deal.
Yeah.
They'll find it.
It'll live forever.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
I love it.
Me too. Stix Zadinia. Thanks for doing this.
Dude, thank you, bro.
You rock, man.
I appreciate it.
This is surprisingly deep, actually.
Yeah.
It really was.
I wanted to do this because, like I said, we're a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
And I think most of your listeners, I don't know that they're, full heavy metal dudes.
Nah, maybe some.
Yeah. But I think this, if they hear this right now and they listen to it and they go, oh, they're not complete total idiots.
Yeah.
Well, we're also hoping your fans will listen to it.
I hope so.
Of course, hopefully.
I hope so.
It'll be a cross-pollination. It'll be kind of an orgy of fans, if you will.
I'd love nothing more than to see that.
Me too. I'd love to see that.
It'd be killer. Maybe we can get on video.
Yeah,
put it on YouTube.
Put it on YouTube. Get it backstage tonight.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Stix Zadinia, Steel Panther.
On tour.
Thank you. Get the record. Get the new record.
Heavy metal rules.
It does.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Awesome. That was fun.
That was really fun, man.
Cool.
That was really good. Hi, this is Joseph Arthur. Thanks for checking out Come to Where I'm From. Please support us on Patreon, patreon.com/come-to-where-I'm-from. We are an independent podcast, and any contributions you can make are greatly appreciated.